Me and Mrs. Liquid go on vacation once a year, no matter what. I love it, man. I do. Seriously, Liquid Lunch, that is such a good mentality. One of the best ones. Okay, let's do it. Let's get the fire paper. We'll stick around with the Molotov cocktails for now. That was dumb! Alright, really quick, I'm gonna go look at this shit. I don't know what it is, but... it's nothing. We do a lot of damage to this guy. With the fire on at least. Well, maybe not a lot, but we do a decent amount. A lot compared to, like... wait, shit, am I trapped? I am trapped back here. I should not be there. I really should maybe also just use our base pistol, not our... huh. Did we, like, miss there? Why... I wonder why I didn't parry. Maybe with that high attack we can't parry him. Yeah, okay, now we know. We cannot parry off that high attack. I'm glad we learned that actually, because I would have. Dude, he almost kills us every time. Shit. There it is. Alright. Sometimes the lock-on really bothers me. Every once in a while. Are you kidding me? What? Oh my god. Well, I guess we have some leftover blood vials. We won't have to farm as many up this time. That sucks. That really sucks. We used the thing. We used it and it killed us anyway. We just barely didn't get it off. To be honest, I am not as used to the PS4 controller as like I am an Xbox controller. And the amount of time it takes me to realize where this direction pad is to switch between the antidote actually probably killed me there. I mean, it's only like an additional like not even a second, like half a second, but I think it killed me. It's like, yeah, this time I meant this time coming up. Yes, 2 times from now. Don't worry, Liquid. I completely interpreted it that way. Absolutely, completely. Yeah, look at that. See, it's positive. It's positive, guys. We have 7 blood vials left, and that means we don't even. We can do 1 run. We'll probably do 2 runs in that area. And yeah, you were saying the lock-on is shit in this game. And I might not go that far to say it's shit, but it's definitely annoying. I can say that I do not prefer it over some other lock-ons in games. But it's from 2015. It's a slightly older game, so I can understand why they wouldn't. No. It's always the poison with this boss. It seriously is. If this boss did not poison me, we would have beaten it already. Like. We probably would have beaten it on the second try. Actually, we would have beaten it on the second try if the boss didn't poison us, because we were within kind of a quarter of the health when we ran out of blood vials, and half the reason we use blood vials is because of the poison. But, you know, to be honest, I really I prefer that there is some mechanic that is challenging with the boss, because if there wasn't poison, this boss has a very predictable pattern, and you can just dodge back repeatedly. Which really is what we should be doing. We're getting greedy, which is kind of my signature in these types of games. Sorry, it's a lot of people's signatures, but also my signature. I love how exactly synced up they are. I found that every time I decide to be patient and not try and get too much damage in, we beat the boss. Almost without fail. Except on a couple bosses in the past. One of those being one of the DLC bosses in Neo, where holy shit, those were ridiculous. It doesn't feel like this game is from 2015. I know, it really doesn't. It's a good game. It feels solid. This guy was kicking my butt, dude. Took me ages. Yeah, we did the cleric beast, and that took us a while. I mean, it was like for the first boss in a game, that's some crazy shit. Kind of reminded me of Onryoko in Neo. I think that was try 5 or 6. I'm feeling that we should be able to do this before try 20 hits the ground. He's a PETA, but once you know the strat, it's laughable. God, I see. And it's that way with so many bosses, but I just cannot figure it out. I've been looking around this room for so long. We even used our fire paper, and that didn't really do it either. So I'm gonna have to look around some more. I really want to know what it is once we beat it, so that I can laugh about it. We've gotten him down to about a quarter health, maybe a little lower than that. All right, I think 13 blood vials should be fine. I can't wait to tell you. I can't wait to feel like an ignorant shit. That is one of the best. That's one of the best feelings and the worst feelings in gaming. Like, here's a great example of this shit. We were fighting Midir, who is a DLC boss in Dark Souls 3, like a week ago. And we were using a regular pike, like a lance that was fully upgraded, which is decent. I think he's vulnerable to it, but he's also vulnerable to lightning. And what I didn't realize is we had an entire lightning lance, a spear, the Dragon Killer lance, that we just didn't even realize was in our inventory. And immediately after beating the boss, we found that shit, and that thing would have killed Midir so much faster. Because not only does it do lightning damage, basically, it also did more damage than our lance, and on top of that, it has a casting lightning spell. Yeah. I felt like the biggest idiot. Because we had Dex fully upgraded, it scales with Dex. That's, you know, these things happen. I know the feeling almost too much. Yeah, I've absolutely been there. Part of I do end up with these situations fairly often. And I will say that part of it is my own fault, in that especially with these types of games, I'm kind of a little overly stubborn, in that I sort of refuse sometimes to do things other than the way I initially, like, realize them. Like, the way I initially try them. Like here. I'm sure there's some shit that I know, because you've said there's some shit that I don't know about. But to be honest, I really haven't been looking around very much to try and figure it out. But we're gonna beat it! It doesn't matter. We're gonna do it. It's part of the fun. Absolutely. The struggle is part of the fun. I could not agree more. Alright. Give me 1 second, guys. I recently moved to Colorado, and it is so dry here. It's like a freaking... There is no moisture in the air whatsoever. And I grew up in South Carolina, which is like 80% humidity all the time. It's created the situation where, like, my lips literally are just falling off all the time. I am going the wrong way! Alright, let's go down. Here we go. I'm a fan of humidity. I feel like a lot of people hate humidity, but I really love it. I think it's something about growing up where it's very humid. If you're exercising and you start sweating, the sweat does not evaporate off your skin. It just sticks to you. Like a freaking... like you just took a shower. Yep, that's... Isoscele lip flaps! That's gonna be... If we had room for more emotes... we put some chapped ass lips up. That would be an emote, along with the 18 other emotes that we need. Oh, okay. Let's do this. I wish for humidity growing up in a cold climate. I can see that. Absolutely. All right. Shit, man. God. He always does the wrong attack when I want to parry him. Also, I hate that attack because it gets him out of range of us. What I really don't understand about the lock-on in this game is why the holy hell did they make it change how you roll? Like, that is some really annoying shit. We're using up our blood files way too fast. And we're not doing any damage now as well, which kind of sucks. Now we don't have any more fire paper. You think so, Claypool? It definitely is. It's definitely. Well, some of the lock-ons don't make you quick step though, which is weird to me. I would be fine if it was consistent. Ah, wait, that actually staggered it. Oh, because it was that stage. The part that makes this stage hard as shit is that he decides he wants to backstep every time he pauses. Get him off me! Alright, we're good. We're good. God, we're still at half health. Like that right there. What? Is it appropriate to talk about how you're still using the whip? It is! That's a perfect example of how I'm overly stubborn in these games. I have this perfectly good rifle spear that I probably could have bought and shot him in the face with. Or upgraded, I should say. Yeah, I like the quick steps. I would say... let me correct that. I don't like them. But if it was all that was in the game, I think I would prefer that to sometimes when you lock on enemies you get a rolling lock on and sometimes you don't. Like for instance the cleric beast, if you lock onto his head you do the quick steps. If you lock onto his chest I'm pretty sure you get the rolling lock on. I could be wrong about that. Yeah, we got eaten. We, we got eaten. That was not ideal. I think we might. Honestly, in my mind, I want to come up with a different strategy, but I also mostly just want to beat him, beat him this way. So that's probably what we're gonna do, regardless of how long it takes. We're probably gonna beat him this way. Why am I going in here? I think we'll buy some Molotovs with the money we farm up here, and then just throw a bunch of them at him in that second stage. We got eaten. All right. Blood of Adela. None of the Healing Church. Yeah, I'm excited to see what's up with this Healing Church thing. It's like, they keep flashing these tips about items that can heal you more or less. Not less, more or better than your current healing items, and I would love that. If one of our vials healed us all the way, that'd be fantastic. I was not watching that guy at all, even remotely. Look at Gundry, his face of Molotovs. Oh, Gundyr. Do you mean in Dark Souls? That guy, the first boss? I'd like you to remember that I am truly awful at remembering the names to anything. It is one of my failings. I commend you to the commitment for your strategy. Why, thank you, Claypool. You are nothing but compliments. And I appreciate that. I will say that I wish these guys didn't drop those coins as often as they did. Because it seems like we sure are getting a lot of those things, and I don't think I'm ever going to use them. And you can pyromancy his face and oh! That's what I did! Actually, Liquid, when I played him literally a week and a half ago, that is exactly what I did. I am not the most experienced Dark Souls player. I mean, I played through all the full game and like half the second game, and now all of the third game. And God, first of all, that Dark Souls 3 is so damn good. We did all bosses and everything. They're trolls, so they gotta troll you somehow. Yeah, they gotta troll me somehow. But I had never done a pyromancy run of any Souls game, or any Souls-like game. So I figured we'd do it, and holy shit, was that fun! It is such a different playstyle than like whacking things in the face with a giant sword in a strength build, or like the kind of quick roll, stay tight and close to them dex build sort of play pattern. It's like very kiting and methodical. Actually, very much like this, which is kind of, to be honest, why I'm doing this, because I'm just that mindset is ingrained in me from the 90 hours we just spent playing Dark Souls 3. Why not with shining coins? Not skin flap strat, but it'll help you have them. I think Dark Souls is a completely different game, I agree. Yeah, it really is. It is. It was fun. I'd never played honestly, I'd never played a Souls-like game that way. It was always either like the heavy-hitting, like strength stuff, or like really fast darting around. Yeah, I never did any magic only in Skyrim. I'm at the point now where I want to do magic builds, because I was like really, honestly, quite surprised by how much fun it was. All right, we gotta get like, a couple more of these things. So you're enjoying it so far? Livelade, yes I am. We're going into like our 8th or 9th try on the Bloody Beast, the Blood Hungry Beast, and it's been good. It's been good stuff. Because I thought it would be better to always have a distance attack in hand. Yeah, I could see that, Platinum. Is well fun in Dark Souls. I recommend trying it. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, I agree. Do you mean like not pyromancy, like magic, like clerical stuff? Because if that's the case, I just wasted a bullet, and I would love to. I agree. I think maybe when I do my NG Plus run of it, I will use a little more clerical magic. Maybe if you do a new save, yeah. Oh, you were talking to Liquid. I'm a fool! I read the wrong comment! And that is okay. Yeah, I'm loving it so far, Live Late. Enjoying the challenge. I'm enjoying the grind for getting more blood vials. Very different. Actually, this right here, in my opinion, makes the game more difficult than Dark Souls games. Because you have to actually go out... Sorry, for a first-time player who is middle of the table at Souls games. I think the fact that you don't get free healing every time you rest, for a blind player, someone who's playing it without prior experience of the game, or someone who's not like a god at playing Souls games, adds that extra level of difficulty. It does. It absolutely does. Like the freaking thing with the cleric beast where you hit him in the face and then he stumbles and you can stab him. That was awesome. I love that. It's a conversation getting made. Yeah, I mean, isn't that Twitch chat? Isn't it? I definitely sometimes have the habit of reading out loud messages that are not directly addressed to me. And that is just life. All right, let's get some blood vials, because why not? We might have to buy some antidote actually here in a little bit, if we don't beat this guy soon. Oh, actually, I'm just gonna check. Can we buy flash paper? We can't, so we're just out. We're just out of flash paper. In Souls games, you really take your flash. You totally do. I mean, it's the same in Neo, right? You get your little cookie or whatever it's called. I was not expecting that. The first like 10 times I tried the cleric beast, I had 0 healing, and I didn't even it didn't even register in my mind like, oh, triangle, should probably go get some damn healing. And then someone in chat was like, you might want to go farm up some blood vials, you idiot. I was like, oh yeah, you're right. I probably should do that. Never played Neo. You should check it out, Liquid. It is... I will say that Dark Souls 3 is my favorite of the Dark Souls games, and I will say that I liked it as much as Dark Souls 3. It's very different, but it is phenomenal. And it has some really interesting aspects of... You know, I think this guy is meant to guide us down here. Like, that's why he crawls off to, like, show that you can come down this way. It's totally what it is. Look at that. He dies when he comes down here. It has some really interesting aspects of, like, legitimate Chinese cultural history and lore. It's really interesting. Fits the lore of the hunter really well. That's interesting. I hadn't really thought of that, Claypool, but you're right. It does. Very much so. I actually was wondering out loud a couple days ago why they decided to do that. Because it seems like such an easy formula, right? Like the Dark Souls games, you get all your healing. Neo, you get all your healing. Pretty much every Souls game I've ever played, or Souls-like game I've ever played, you just get your healing whenever you spawn in. But this game, for some reason, they decided not to do that. And I guess that could be why, actually. I mean, I wouldn't put that past From Software. That's the kind of stuff that they like to tie into their games. Is it a you died fest? Because I don't know if I can handle another one, LOL. It is difficult. I would say that the base game is probably about as hard as Dark Souls 3. And the DLCs are harder than both Dark Souls 3 and Dark Souls DLC. Dark Souls 3 DLC. I would say that the base game is probably about this difficult. And the first boss, which is mandatory, not optional like this Cleric Beast, is probably a little bit not quite as hard as the Cleric Beast. My favorite. Yes, absolutely, Claypool. And actually, that's one of the reasons I've enjoyed streaming them so much, because I don't pick up on half of that shit. Like, I love the lore, but I just don't... I don't have the time to look it up, and I don't pick up on it in-game. And you guys that have looked it all up or just know the lore, it is fantastic for me. To get told that stuff. See, this part is so easy. Although I do still do completely garbage damage, but still. Come on! That was a hit! It's interesting, we're actually doing more damage per hit now. That was that bite attack that killed us last time, actually. Shouldn't have dodged back again. Alright, after that dodge, after that dive he does, we need to be ready to hit him. Right there. This is not the way you're supposed to beat this guy. At all. No! God damn it! Can I get high in chat? There's one right there. And we died again. He killed me seconds ago. Yeah, we're around to like our 10th try, I think. And we're gonna have to buy more antidotes. And we're gonna have to find out how we're supposed to beat this guy. Because our strat is like working, but not working. As you can see. The lore is fantastic, albeit a bit confusing. I agree. I couldn't agree more. Oh, that was the one. This one is the one. That's right. It's our moment, chat. It's our moment. We are going to save up a bit for some antidotes, I think. Really, we just need to not be getting freaking hit. I mean, I don't know. The way to not need antidotes is to not get hit. We didn't even use up all of our pots, all of our blood vials as well, which is the really distressing part to me. I do not like ending fights with healing available. Ever. We play together the ring! With the ring.